Hello, welcome back to Ready Steady Play, folks. I'm excited to be here doing Act 2 of Arkham Horror, the card game, Chapter 2. We've survived Act 1, we've made it this far. I believe that nothing can go wrong as we make our way into Act 2. I am, I'm going to that whole screen I had up just a moment ago should have had chat on it, and I'm just cross that it didn't, and I still not figured out YouTube chat despite everything enabling this. But we're not going to worry about that here today right now. I'm going to say hi chat. I see you there. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Chat did pop up, did it? Oh, one chat popped up. Oh, I do see some chat. But then it doesn't stay. It's fading out again. Okay, interesting. We've got this this screen over here, you see, so that we can. Oh, hello, I'm here. It's not quite right, but it's the best I could do. I'll fix that. Hold on. But I wanted to. Yeah, I wanted to have chat on the stream a little bit because I'm talking to you guys and. It's better for the people. I can't fix this right now. It's fine. You'll just we'll just be like this. Hello. But now it's fading out, so I need to fix that as well. But good news, we're making progress. I'm learning how to stream. I'm a decrepit millennial. Give me a break. Anyway, the main thing is what we've actually got here is level up time. Look at all these cards. Oh my God, we're leveling up. I understand that I get to add one card. I understand that I can add a card to my deck if it's level 0 or 1, and that costs 1 experience point. My question for the folks at home who know how to play is if I add a card, do I get access to 2 copies, or is it cost per copy? So if I buy, say, the level 2 M1911, my understanding is for a start I pay the difference. So the difference here on this one, which is actually level 2 M1911 anyway. But my point here is just simply that if I add the level 2 card here, it replaces the level 0. The difference is 2, so I'd pay 2 for this anyway. But also, would I pay 2 or 4 if I wanted to upgrade both of them? Just the one per copy. Someone said, oh, chat, there's more chat. Hold on, let me catch up with chat. All right, and it's gone. Why is it gone? Oh, I think I know what's happening. Hold on. Let me see if I can fix this. I might be able to fix this. This might be my fault, actually. Let me take this off and see what happens. I just want to play board games. Okay, so coming back over here, where there's now no chat, it says, remember it's Scenario 2. Don't confuse the name with the Act deck. That made the Skull token on Scenario 1 easier. Oh, okay, so it's, okay, that's a misconfusing of terms. I misconfused the term Scenario and Act. Thank you, Rough Start Stiff. Very helpful. And Billy says it's per card. So we're paying per card here. Okay, cool. Brilliant. I know how to play this game. It's all good. So, and thank you for helping me out, chat. Much appreciated. So, with that in mind, my primary concern really coming out of our last scenario is not enough horror, or not enough capacity for horror. Is it sanity? Is that the stat? Our sanity is not high enough because we've got 1 mental trauma now, which means that we've got a capacity for 5 horror, plus we can heal up to 2 using. These are actually the upgrade cards. My deck is here, but the lower level versions of Stakeout could feasibly heal a horror. So level 2 stakeout, or level 3 stakeout, seems like a really good buy because fundamentally this heals horror and improves investigation. So that just feels like really good. Get an additional clue and heal 2 horror, that feels awesome. If I wanted both copies, it would be basically online points. I have 7. Yeah, Billy's on the same page as me. Need more sanity soak. So, this is a front runner because it heals 2 horror, but of course we need to find it, we need to be able to use it. If we want a slightly more sort of robust tool, the resilience card can soak 2 horror as well, but it's expensive. I felt... So the thing is, I've got some good cards. I've got 2 good cards in my deck. I've got the lower level version of to help with investigation, which includes... I mean, I've also got this Rookie Cop, which we didn't see at all because I shuffled both of them to the bottom of my deck. Rookie Cop's got a little bit of horror soak, and when they're defeated, I discover a clue at my location. So it lets me circumvent the need to investigate at all, but of course we didn't find them. Possibly, really, actually, what I need is a bit more card draw to find what I need when I need it. Hey, Martin, I see you in chat. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for hanging out. So, Billy says, I like resilience. Yeah, I like resilience as well. I mean, it's kind of like a less good version of the Rookie Cop, if I'm honest, because I guess the Rookie Cop's an ally. And I might have too many allies, actually, because I've also got the doggo, and we didn't let anything happen to the police dog. And I'm going to struggle to let anything happen to the police dog this whole time, because I don't want to hurt the dog. We've also got... So that's an option. Resilience is an option. There is Detective Sherman, who's I mean, all of these are allies. They're just very expensive. But it's a limit of 1 ally, right? At a time. Isn't it? Am I making that up? Okay, so Billy says, I usually only have 2 ally cards per deck until you get Charisma. So, yeah, I understand what that is. That means you 1 at a time unless you have some additional means to deal with this. So here's a bit of chat for you there, gang, as well. You can catch up on the chat. On screen. Yes, it is there. We've finally managed to make it happen. If I'm on camera. Okay, so no more allies. That takes out Dr. Sherman. So resilience is a good shout. I think upgraded stakeout is a good shout. I'm tempted to just take 2 copies of upgraded stakeout and a copy of resilience then. It's sort of persisted. It did its best while it could. I'll figure out a good way to do chat in due course. All of these options that we're talking about adding, though, are quite expensive. With this in mind, we've got... What else have we got here? Not anything... So there's lots of really cool cards. The submachine gun's awesome. The stock ammo reload is awesome. But they kind of just help with the shooting, which I already feel quite confident with. And also they don't help with the horror, which I'm concerned about. Stakeout also, if we buy... I assume that buying the upgraded stakeouts, I have to replace the originals. I can't have... Because it's 2 copies of... 2 copies of a card. I assume that stakeout counts as a copy of itself, no matter the level, so to speak. So if this is a level 2 or an upgraded version of stakeout, then I can't... I have to take out the other versions of stakeout, right? Like, I can't have more copies of that. Yeah. So, I mean, we would add... if we added resilience, we'd have to get rid of something. If we got both copies of stakeout, we could only afford 1 copy of resilience, which, then we'd have to find. Given the Rookie Cops, that might be okay, though. Maybe do we take out a copy of Rookie Cop? I I don't like having a lot of one-shot copies, but I'm conscious that, do I need all the police dogs? I love the police dog. But it's probably, because I don't have any charisma, however I end up getting that, I don't know. After 10 years on YouTube, I still haven't figured it out, so. Okay. In this, for the sake of expediency, because I could sit here and deck build all day, I think we'd probably take the copies of Stakeout. Just seems really good. They help with Investigate. They help heal horror. There was another one here that I really liked, but it was something else to do with investigating. Yes, where is it? It's called On the Beat. Where'd it go? Why can't I see it? I'm losing my marbles. Oh, this one's good too. Oh, there it is. I found it. All right, so this is another one that sort of does the same sort of thing. This is called Scene of the Crime. So for your first action, you just discover a clue at your location. And if there's an enemy, it doesn't provoke attack of opportunity, which is great. So that just gets around investigating entirely. And then also On the Beat, which says, it's fast. Billy says Scene of the Crime is one of my favorite. Yeah, that's a really good card. I don't know why I didn't see these earlier when I was deck building, and I could have just had them in the deck from the start. Until the end of the turn, you get +3 skill value while investigating or parlaying On the Beat. That's really good too. So On the Beat is, of course, an upgrade for something we don't have, so we'd pay a couple of pips to get that in. But neither of these actually help with our investigate problem. So that makes me think maybe, although they're really good, I've possibly overlooked. There might be a chance to add them later, but I think maybe for now we stick with Stakeout. Do we get a copy of Resilience? I suppose it's good for the soak. I could replace a Saxon or a Rookie Cop with it. Yeah, alright. I've talked myself into it. We'll do this. On the Beat I would get just because it's fast, plus, would you take, okay, chat, Billy specifically, I guess, would you take On the Beat over Resilience or Stakeout to help us deal with, because my concern at the moment is horror. I don't have a good way to deal with it, really. In the meantime, in this scenario, it looks like we're walking out into Arkham. We're going to go and hang out there. So we're going to investigate the town a little bit, if that's what you guys were interested in. I would take Stakeout first because of the horror. It's a good heal. Yeah, me too. All right. We're agreed then. These are high priorities for next time then. I've not used these dividers correctly because I didn't recognize any of the icons. I'll have to come back and sort that out at another time. Anyway, alright, so with this in mind, we're adding these. Oh, there's some more neutral cards I got out as well, but we're not really interested in any of those right now. So, I think, oh, the Saxon is 3 cost. I don't know if, I love Saxon to bits, but I don't know if Saxon's actually that good as a card. If I'm being savage, which I don't like being. I like filling my deck with pets and friends. But I think I'd probably take out a copy of the Police Dog because I just don't think it's value for 3 asset cost. Oh, sad. All right, so in goes Stakeouts level 2 and a copy of Resilience as well, just to help us deal with all this horror that's coming up. Yikes. Alrighty, so with this in mind, we're getting ready to go into Smoke and Mirrors, Chapter 2. Scenario 2 of the Chapter 2 core set. We begin in Act 1. I've literally renamed the streams to acts because I don't understand the scenario system. You guys will have to keep me online with keywords as well. The book's educating me on aloof, elusive, and some other keyword that it's introducing. So, luckily I've got you to keep me straight. Now, part of the setup also demands that I introduce these, are we not here? There we go, that's what I wanted. These cultist tokens that go in the bag. So these are going to be -1, and if they come out while I'm targeting an elite enemy, then I have to draw a second token. So that sucks. So I'm not a fan of the bag just getting worse. But here we go. Alrighty, so now we do a little bit more setup. Or maybe we read this, a little bit of story first and then a little bit of setup. Should we do it like that? How did I have this set up? What am I doing? What am I doing? You follow Dr. Armitage back to his apartment. A veil of black smoke obscures the moon and stars as a warm breeze carries ashen embers through the familiar city streets. I've had my suspicions that something foul was afoot. Several students have disappeared in the last few weeks, the head librarian tells you. All of them begin to exhibit strange behaviors after attending a supposedly exclusive meeting off campus not long ago. They complained of horrible, incessant whispers and a strange bruise that suddenly appeared on their skin. And then they vanished! Fearing the worst, you ask him about your friend. They insisted we meet earlier today, he replies. They told me that an organization calling themselves the Brethren of Ash had been inviting students and vulnerable citizens to these strange assemblies. Your friend listed a number of individuals who attended, although it's unclear whether they were prospective recruits or loyal adherents. Before they left, your friend spoke of another meeting tonight, a gathering of all the faithful. I don't know why, but the thought of it fills me with unutterable dread. And now your friend is gone, he says with academic enthusiasm. You resolve to interrogate the list of suspects and then meet at Velma's Diner in Easttown before midnight. The head librarian suggests you use a light touch rather than a more heavy-handed approach, which could alert the cabal. However, you worry that you will not have any other choice. So now we've got a bunch of setup instructions as well. So what we've got here is alert, aloof, and elusive. These are the three key words. I have a rough idea on how these are going to play out, but I need you guys to keep me honest. But we'll double check and make sure those are correct as we go. Okie dokie. So with this in mind, we've got here the locations of Arkham, which we're going to set up. We're going to start with, we've actually got 2 copies of Downtown and 2 copies of Uptown here. And so the way this kind of works is it's basically just sort of randomized different variations. I haven't looked at the back of these, so I actually don't know what the difference is. But we put one out and the other goes out of the game. And it's the same with Uptown as well. So this is to give you a little bit of replayability, I imagine, a little bit of variety. But, I don't know the difference between them, so we just put out one and the other goes out the game. And Or maybe we set it aside. Maybe... But that's it. It does say choose. Oh, at random. There we go. Okie dokie. So now it's giving me a suggested layout, which is nice as well. So Uptown is here. Just going to quickly do some camera work over here while I'm setting up. So Uptown wants to be about... Where did I put my player deck before? This was the advantage to setting this all up in advance. I should have done it, but I had all the space taken up for scenario building. All right, I might have to change the position of these cards here as well. So downtown's up there, uptown's over here. That's not going to give me enough space to play my situation at all. What else have we got here? We've got a copy of North Side. We've got a copy of East Town. We've got the Merchant District right here in the middle. Yeah. All right, there we go. Hopefully I don't need to put out any other cards. The Waterfront District is over here. South Side is right here. French Hill is over here. And finally, we've got two copies of the Miskatonic University, which we've actually got because one of them is burned and one of them is not. So if I flip it over, yeah, this is our location here. It's Miskatonic. Oh, hold on. There we go. Miskatonic University in flames. So we'll find out more about that when we get there. But the one that's not in flames, whatever is on the back of that, goes away. Because that's not our reality. And what is this game if not about reality? All right, let's see if we can get a little bit more space over here. It really is all about these cards here, isn't it? There we go. So you can walk around most of the outside of town. So that's good. And also, thank God for these little tokens, because in the first early editions of the game, you didn't have these, and then you just had to look at all the icons constantly and remember them. Okay, so we cannot get from the Waterfront District to French Hill. Meanwhile, this part of town is quite well connected. All right, there we go. So, hopefully that leaves me enough room to play my actual deck. And for you guys to see it as well. And this here is all wrong. Alrighty, so is the next step reading these cards here? I think it probably is. So let's have a quick look and see what it says here, if we can. So we've got the Arkham Alive. An unnatural haze fills the streets of Arkham. Some of the locals say the hills west of Arkham are burning. Despite the cool autumn weather, the city streets feel unnaturally warm as evening falls. And this gives us the resign action. You return to compare notes with Dr. Armitage on your friend's whereabouts. And then we've got Augurs of Flame. This is the Act card. Okay, so this is the Act. So this is the Act deck, right? It's opposite the Agenda deck. I probably should have known that. You must find the whereabouts of the suspects on your friend's list. So we can spend 2 clues to draw the face-down card beneath the location. Right, we're getting to that. It's part of the setup. Objective: if there are a total of 6 elite enemies in the victory display and or under the act, advance. I have not yet missed a set. I just didn't get there yet. So we're going to put some characters at these locations. Hunt: either defeat the suspects by force or resolve their codex entries to generate leads for the investigation. So it did explain codex, so I'm a little bit more familiar. So I'm a little bit familiar with what's going on there. But what we've got here are the citizens of Arkham. So these are a bunch of people that live here, and we've been told to remove one at random and replace it with a servant of flame. So it's our old friend from the first mission there. So they're back. Good news, everyone. In the meantime, one of these people will just go away. Who's that going to be? This one. And then we shuffle in the servant of flame. I start at the university as well. But there is actually, I think, a few more steps here as well. So I'll just quickly run us through the rest of the setup. So we've got, we've done all of that. We're setting up the people of Arkham now. One goes face down under each location. I'm going to do my best to do this without upsetting all of the cards. Including the Miskatonic University? No. I must be doing something wrong. Right, it's not each location. Sorry, it is north side, which we've done. It is downtown. All right, so downtown's here. So whoever that is, they are at downtown. And south side. So I've got someone somewhere there. It's not supposed to be there. South side, French Hill, Uptown needs one, Waterfront District needs one, so East Town doesn't have one, right? Yeah, North Side, Downtown, South Side, French Town, Uptown, Water District. So yeah, for some reason, Merchants District and East Town don't have them. We'll maybe find out why in due course. Finally, we check the campaign log. If Miskatonic University burned, put Miskatonic University in flames into play and remove the other copy from the game. Each investigator begins at Miskatonic University. Now put a doom on the agenda for each investigator. So, one doom goes here. So we've got 9 turns, I guess, before that advances and reveals whatever's under there. If we bear the Dr. Henry... So we get to start with Henry Armitage in play, and he does not take up an ally slot. Other than that, we go through the standard beginning. All right. Strategy tip, team. You ready for strategy tip? Time is short. During this scenario, investigators may either defeat suspects or trigger their codex entries to interview them. How you choose to approach this scenario, with violence or interrogation, will have an effect on the challenges you face later in the campaign. Also remember that resigning is not losing. You may choose to abandon your search at any time. Cool. Alrighty, so with this in mind, there's our encounter deck up there. Here's my deck here, so I actually need to find Armitage and put him into play. Boop, 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 boop. Where is he? Henry! There he is. Alright, well that's good. Henry's helpful, so that's good, at least. I've not quite left myself enough room to actually set up my own play area here. I'm going to do my best. So now we're going to draw our 5 cards, and we're going to get our 5 resources to start with. I've got my little action tokens here to keep me on point. There's our starting mental trauma for letting the university burn down. We're a good egg. We feel responsible, you know? I'm not entirely sure what this angle was actually covering. Feels like there's a lot of the table here. I don't know why. Always choose violence. We're a cop, we don't run. Not me, I wanted to help it, not burn it. Billy, you're the second person that said that to me. A buddy of mine was also watching the stream and said they voted to help the university. But somehow y'all got outvoted. I don't know. A lot of people wanted to see it burn. Anyway, hopefully. So I will tell you, by the way, the what we get for not letting it burn is we would have started with an additional doom on here. So we'll see if this extra time pays off. I don't know. Anyway, here's our starting flop, blood drinking, all that set aside. We've got stakeout level 2. Stakeout, I did shuffle, you saw me shuffle this quite well. Vicious blow, physical fitness, and rookie cop. So I feel like I want to keep stakeout and rookie cop. Rookie cop doesn't really help me other than to soak damage and eventually become a clue. But I suppose having a vicious blow in hand is always helpful, but I don't think it's super helpful right now. And I don't need to heal yet, so I feel like these 3 could probably go in favor of maybe a gun or something. But keeping 1 copy of stakeout, I mean, again, it's a little bit early for it, honestly, because it also, like, heals hard. Well, I guess I can heal my mental trauma. So there's that. All right, so those 2 I'll keep out. The other 3 will go back and we'll draw... Well, they're set aside, actually, and we'll draw some new ones. Yeah, we probably don't need big damage up front unless we're interrogating people with violence, which we might be doing, you know. We've got iron sights. The M1911, it's always good to have a gun, I suppose. And Saxon's back. My only copy of Saxon left. How about that? Oops. Right, so I guess the first thing we actually do then is reveal Miskatonic University. I feel like my deck can be here. We can probably afford to move Tommy over a little bit. And Armitage is actually in play, and the rest of these are in my hand. And clearly I don't have enough space, so I'll deal with this. Clearly this camera's not quite right. I don't know why, because it's not like I've changed anything since literally yesterday. Or when did we play this? Monday? Tuesday? Anyway, that's fine. That'll do for now. Okay, so we're all set up. We're ready to begin playing. So I think the first thing we do is actually reveal Miskatonic University. So let's have a look and see what the deal is. Arkham's own Miskatonic University is often a source of rumors and gossip. The university's restricted archives are a subject of great interest, and the campus is awash with chatter about the strange findings of its curious faculty. Except it's on fire! So there's a clue here. I don't really know what I need the clues for yet. Oh yes, I do. I need the clues to reveal the people, don't I? Because it's here, isn't it? The Augurs of Flame says, spend 2 clues as a group to draw the card beneath your location. Right. So, I mean, God, I'm really going to have to work fast, aren't I? Okay, when an investigation phase ends, deal 1 damage direct to each player card with health at Miskatonic University. So, I mean, that's also... Hey, do I get this just for turning it face up, this victory point? Let me know in chat. In the meantime, when the investigation phase ends, deal 1 direct damage to each player with health. That's fine. I'm not going to stay here because also Shroud 4 is really hard. Unless, I mean, I could start with a stakeout action, I suppose. But we skip our first Mythos phase and we go straight into playing the game. We've got +1 on +1 on lore from Henry Armitage. So that's good. You have to have all the clues from it to get it. So, in a way, I'm kind of tempted to start with Miskatonic University then, because we get a clue and we get a victory point. I like, or an experience point. I like experience points. Alessandro's here. Hey, welcome back. Oh, he's just stopping by. Yeah, more XP. Exactly, more XP, more deck building. Deck building is the part I like. I like buying cards and things. Also, it makes our future easier, doesn't it? So with this in mind, do I just blow all 5 resources to play Stakeout and Saxon? And then just nail this Investigate? I probably don't need Shroud 4 versus my 4 +3, 7. I probably don't need to use Saxon. So, oh, but if we succeed with Stakeout, we get 2 clues. All right, so I'll tell you what, let's play 3 for Saxon then. And we'll just start with Saxon. So that's an action. And then we can immediately exhaust Saxon to do this investigate check here, which is going to be 3, 4, 5 to the 4. God, that it doesn't feel good. Do I have anything? I'll tell you what, I can contribute. I could contribute Iron Sights. Do I need the gun? I mean, it lets me have a... No, I don't need Iron Sights right now. Let's contribute Iron Sights. So we're at a +2. We're at a +2. So let's see what happens here. The fire damages each player card, including allies. All right, thanks, Daniel. So we really don't want to stay here then. So we'll use our last action to move away, regardless of whether or not this is successful, I think. Otherwise, poor Saxon's going to burn in the fire, and I won't allow that. Ah, that's a -1, isn't it? So that is -1, and then if we're fighting an elite enemy, it does something else. So that's good. So that's a success. That's good. All right, so we get to take the clue from Miskatonic University. So we've made a beginning, and then we'll use our final action to move away. Now the question is, North Side, Uptown, Merchant District. Let's have a quick look at our options here and see what they're telling us. So, bear with me a moment here. Northside is an industrial hub boasting modern factories, cheap housing for migrant workers, and the newly restored Arkham Advertiser. All right. We've got Uptown. The newest district in Arkham is filled with fashionable shops, swinging jazz music, and a growing population of students and young newcomers. I don't think any of that information is really going to help me with my decision making. We've also got Merchant District. Since the flood, the Merchant District has become a focal point for business and development in Arkham. Each day seems to bring in more and more construction, workers, and industry. Well, I guess that if we go to Uptown or Northside and we find a clue there, we are now in a position to actually encounter a person, and that's probably not something we want to do at the end of our turn either. So let's head to Saxon loves jazz? Then let's head to Uptown. Come on, Saxon, we're going to Uptown. So that was our final action. So we reveal the location and find out what's going on at Uptown. So this is a Shroud 3 2-clue location. It says, we can search the top 9 cards of our deck for a spell or ritual asset. I definitely don't have either of those. And we can add it to our hand, shuffle our deck. If no card was added this way, draw a card. So we can actually take an action to shuffle our deck and draw a card. Come to ye old magic shop to discover the wonders of real magic. Stage magicians will not be served. Yeah, I mean, if this affected any of the cards I have, that'd be quite helpful, but it doesn't. So that's fine. Look, it's Shroud 3, which is achievable. We can use Stakeout here to collect both of these clues, which I love. So that's great. With that in mind, it's the end of my turn. So I'm going to follow them around sequence over here. I really don't need the actions card because I know those reasonably well. So there's no enemies. So all I get to do is refresh my dog, draw a card. We'll see what we get. Restrained. Yep, we used that quite effectively last time. Maybe we need to tie up one of these people. I don't know. What's my mission again? 6 elite enemies in the victory display and or under the act to advance. Okay. I presume the victory display is defeated in combat. While under the act is probably something to do with the codex, which I haven't really done yet. Anyway, I get to draw a resource. I got my 3 action tokens back, which is only for me. And check our hand size. It's fine. So we're into the very fun Mythos phase. Everyone's favorite. We love the Mythos phase. First off, we put a Doom on the on the agenda. I'm getting the terms right now. So there's a Doom for the agenda. And now we're going to reveal whatever this business here is. I've not seen any of these cards, by the way. I don't know what any of them do. Raising suspicions. Blunder. Revelation. Place a Doom on the nearest enemy with no Doom on it. If no Doom was placed by this effect, raising suspicions gains surge. At least you tried to keep a low profile. All right, so gains surge. I know what surge is. It means draw and resolve another card. What I'm curious about is if I had put Doom on an enemy, would that mean that when I defeat that enemy, the Doom is added to the agenda? Is that what that does? Anyway, that's discarded, and we get a new one. Bam! Eager for death. Revelation. Test willpower 2. Increase this difficulty by 1 for each damage on you. Damage is, yeah. If you fail, take 2 horror. I can't fail this. If they can catch the fleeing soul when it leaves the body, they instantly flutter away, chittering in demonic laughter. The Dunwich Horror. Yeah, these are the birds from Dunwich Horror. Okay, so the Doom on the enemy counts towards the agenda, but if I kill the enemy, it's removed. That's from Billy there. Look, see, Billy helped. All right, wicked. So I'm gonna have to test willpower now, and my willpower is 4 versus 2. I feel quite solid about that. I could ditch the Rookie Cop, but I don't want to because Rookie Cop soaks horror, and I'm going to need that later. So with that in mind, I think... Do I ditch Restrained? Because I think all of these enemies are elite. I think I ditch Restrained to get a +1 because I just really don't want to fail this. Bam! +1. Well, we didn't need to ditch Restrained, but would be upset if we had failed. That's for sure. All right, Mythos temporarily avoided. I think given that probably... So now I'm in a bit of a pickle, right? Because what I want to do is... bear with me, gang, because I'm just checking what's going on here. Right, so that's that. Okay, fine. And that's that. All right, so where's this? All right, so this is my locations, not quite right because I set up the cameras ahead of time, but I can fix it. I make it better. Uptown, we're here in Uptown. We can use, so my initial thought is use stakeout, collect both of these clue tokens, right? Which I think is a good shout, but then we can spend the 2 clue tokens as an action to reveal the elite enemy here, which could be the Servant of Flame. Layla, the bag is being kind now because it knows that it can be mean later when things are much more desperate. So I think the problem is I also want an extra resource. Because I've got 3. Is it bad if I spend this turn still doing setup? Because here's my thinking, right? My thinking, thinking is if I use my ability, I was about to say click. Better to set up than pull him because he hits hard. I'd say prepare first. Yeah, I think you know, favor. The fortune favors those who prepared. So, bear with me 2 seconds, because I'm just going to do the whole stream with the camera like this. And I'm like, why am I doing it so low down? There we go. There we go. All right, so, look, here's the thing, right? I want 1 more resource so I can equip this with 2 extra ammo. So then it's resource, equip the gun. Final action is use stakeout. So then next turn, the first thing I do is trigger the clues and get the card. And then I had time to react to it as well. That feels good to me, right? So let's just do that. So this gets me 1 extra resource, and then this lets me equip the gun with 2 extra ammo. So it comes in with a total of 6. And it costs me everything. And then the final action... Oh, now I have no resources to use stakeout because it costs 2. Oh. Okay, well then the final action is to get 1 resource back. And then at least we can, we'll get 1 in the next phase and we'll start next turn with stakeout. My bad. But yeah, then we'll have, yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay, so with that in mind, enemy phase, there's none. So then we go into the upkeep phase. So we've got no actions to reset. We get to draw a card, which is going to be make him sing. Okay, so this is the one that lets us parlay to discover clues, which is quite nice. And we get our other resource back. There we go. So that's all set up. And then we get these 3 back. And now we're adding another Doom to the agenda. And now I'm drawing this Mythos card. And we'll see what's going on here. It's a baddie. It's a bat horror. I've not seen bat horror before. Elusive Hunter. They're flocked rhythmically a horde of tame, trained, hybrid winged things that no sound eye could ever wholly grasp or sound brain could ever wholly remember. Okay, well, now I have to deal with this. So, hang on. I'm going to do a quick check here on elusive. Elusive enemies want to avoid the investigators for their own survival or to accomplish their own goals. If a ready enemy with the elusive keywords attacks or is attacked, After the attack resolves, they immediately disengage and move to a connecting location and exhaust. Okay. So functionally I'll shoot it and then it'll leave. But it's also got Hunter, which means it moves back in to get me. But even so, it still comes at me, right? Because I revealed it from the encounter deck, and elusive doesn't change that. So the bat comes to get me, but if I attack it, it will leave. Scaredy cats, hit and run, chases you down. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. This is fine. I think I probably just have to spend an action shooting the bat now. Yeah, it's fine. So we just spend one action, one bullet to fight the bat. We've got +1, so it's on a 3. We're currently on 5. I don't want to mess this up, and I don't really need Saxon. Do I need Saxon for the elite when the elite comes out, is the question. Because I could use Saxon for this attack, or I could wait to see what the elite's got. What did I say? I'm on 5 versus its 3. So I'm 2 up. 2 up is kind of my least. Yeah, I think probably we need Saxon later to do something productive, so. Right, so does hunting trigger before it refreshes? Yes, because it refreshes in the upkeep phase. Thanks, rough starch stiff. Okay, nice. So let's go ahead and do this then. So here he is. We're shooting him. It's our 5 versus his 3. But he doesn't have retaliate, so if we miss, it's just a pain and a waste of time and ammo. But that's -1. He's not an elite, so there's no additional effect. How do I keep pulling these? Not that I'm complaining, mind you. So 2 damage because we used the pistol. And then he flees to a connected location. Do I pick that as the lead investigator? If he is attacked, he immediately disengages and moves to a connecting location and exhausts. I assume I pick. So let's... Given that I'm not in any hurry to kill this bat horror, let's just send him over to the Miskatonic University. And he can just hang out there and be exhausted. Okay, so now that we've done that, we can spend these 2 resources to take the stakeout action here. So we're going back into the bag again. Now I'm feeling good about this, but you know, there's always a chance it will fail. We're on 7 versus 3. -2, that's a 5, so we're still passing. So we get to draw both clue tokens. Bam, bam. And then we get to heal this. Okay. Now, I'm very conscious that we're on 3. Okay, for a start, I've got no resource. 1 action left. I could use this action to reveal that card. If it is a Servant of Flame, it will then just beat the gunk out of me. So I'm not like mad excited about that prospect of using my final action. On the other hand, I'm conscious that we're currently on 3 out of 10. And we need... How many? 6! We need 6. I don't have time for this. I'm just going to have to reveal someone, aren't I? I don't have time for this. I guess we spend 2 clue tokens to reveal this person. Right? We don't have time to wait, do we? Right? Even though this is probably going to hit us and maybe even set us back. Yeah, I don't have time. I've convinced myself. Bam. Here, God damn son of a gun. Oh, God. Risk it for a biscuit. Yeah, well, we certainly risked it. So, Elusive Hunter with Retaliate. When the Servant of Flame is defeated, go to Codex entry icon. Alright, well, I mean, at least if we kill him, we get an experience point. So, he's in my play area now. And there's nothing further I can do. Oh, God, that's the worst. Anyway, he deals 2 horror and 2 damage. And I think I'll probably just stick all of these on Henry. Because he can take it. Henry's like, I'll save you, Tommy! And I'm like, thanks, bud. I don't want Henry to... I don't want it... To be fair, though, actually, I'm conscious that... When is this checked? Can I put 2 of these on Saxon before he is removed? Or, because he's 1-1, does he go the minute I put either token on him? Yeah, because I'm conscious that something like Miskatonic University could deal damage to Henry and then I'd lose him. And he's really strong. I really don't want to lose him. So I probably don't want to max out his capacity yet. He's 1-1. You can put 1 of each before, but once one of his health or sanity fills, he goes away. Right, so if I put them both on Saxon, Saxon will run off. Which I feel like I might do just because I've got the rookie cop. I don't like putting damage on Saxon, so I'm tempted to just retire him like I did his colleague to a to a nice house in the countryside, so that I don't have to put damage on them. But I'm conscious I need to equip this rookie cop. So, and I can't do that if Saxon's still here. I didn't really get much value out of Saxon, if I'm honest, but that's fine. So, with this in mind, that's resolved that. In the upkeep phase, we're going to ready the bat. And the Servant of Flame is elusive. Should it leave? Yeah, it moves and exhausts, right. Yes, thank you. Okay, so let's move the Servant of Flame to Southside, because I need to hunt that down, and I'd quite like to go to Southside anyway. So it goes over there and exhausts. So really, I think my next turn is actually I just go over there and start blasting. But actually, it's going to ready up now anyway, but that's fine. So all the exhausted stuff readies up, which includes the Servant of Flame. And then I get a card, which is Adapt and Overcome, and also a resource, which is fine. And then I need more resource. I really need more resource. I get my actions back. And now we go into the Mythos phase, where I apply another Doom and draw one of these lovely encounter cards. Everybody's favorite encounter card, which is another enemy, the Whippoorwill. Aloof Hunter. Each investigator at the location gets -1 to all their stats. It is vowed that the birds are psychopomps lying in wait for the souls of the dying. Oh my god. Alright, great. Brilliant. Love this. Alright, so that appears... Wait, aloof is different. So, now we learn about aloof. It spawns unengaged. Okay, fine. So it actually spawns here at Uptown, but it's going to follow me around in the enemy phase. So it moves first and then attacks. Okay. Oof, this is a lot. This is a lot to be dealing with, and I've not dealt with one guy yet. I mean, that thing's got to go, right? Oh, if only I still had Restrained. I shouldn't have played Restrained. We could have restrained the Whippoorwill. Because it's fast and would have just got rid of it. Ugh, but it's not humanoid, so it would have just escaped. So I guess that's not that helpful, actually. Right, but I don't want to take an action to engage the Whippoorwill. If only I had my rifle. My rifle can attack aloof creatures without being engaged with them, because I can shoot at distance, which is cool. I don't need to deal with the Whippoorwill right now, but my concern is that I can't kill the Servant of Flame. I mean, that's such a waste of time, though, to engage it and then attack it and then move. Now all I'm going to do is move over here and get whacked more. Oh, this is not great. So I can move to south side and I can blast the Servant of Flame twice. Then he hits me again. Then the Whippoorwill comes in and hits me as well for one horror. Or I could draw a card, hope that the card solves all my problems. What do you think? Could a card solve all my problems? What happens if you don't... Whippoorwill doesn't engage in attack when hunting. Okay, so it will just follow me around and debuff me. So I must engage it. It's just there to it's just there to debuff you. Fine. Oh, right. So aloof just hangs out. What happens if I don't? So actually, the objective here is just if there are a total of 6 elite enemies in the victory display and or under the act advance. Okay, so if we don't get to 6, we just, I don't know, retire, I guess. Or else, I guess whatever card's under here, we have to see what that says. But I'm not even, okay. Look, maybe we can sort of deal with the Whippoorwill. So I think, and is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? There's 5 more cards, which means we need to do them all if we want to complete the mission, which is crazy. And I don't think that there's time to do them all. Fine. Let's go and murder the Servant of Flame, right? There's no way. We'd have to draw a vicious attack, which we don't have. Didn't Billy say? Oh yeah, the servant is elusive, right? So he'll run away again. I forgot about that. Yeah. Okay. I'm not worried about. Okay. Billy, you said that we wouldn't have to do any fighting. You lied to me. Right, the Whippoorwill won't follow me immediately. So let's head over to Southside. That's an action. And then we'll attack the Servant of Flame again. We can keep sort of following him around anyway. So we'll hit him with the gun. So we're on 4, 5, 6 versus his 4. I will commit Adapt and Overcome because it ignores Retaliate. So we're actually on 7 versus his 4. So let's see what happens. Oh, reveal the location first. Thank you for reminding me. All right, cool. So very quickly, before we do that, let's reveal Southside. Did we read it? Situated on the southern slope of French Hill, Southside is perhaps the most welcoming and quiet of Arkham's district. Unless it's occupied by a flaming nightmare. So Shroud 2, 2 clues, double action. You can draw a combined... You can draw 3 cards for a double action. That's basically 1 extra action. Which is nice. That might well be worth doing. So, and also somebody lives here, but we don't know who that is. All right, so pressing on with the attack then. A 0, so that's fine, that's good. So we deal 2 damage, and then it flees. I'm going to put it in French Hill. Because I'm going to go there, I guess. Because I tried to do everything, and I can't. So he's exhausted at French Hill now. And Adapt and Overcome is spent. And we're now just chilling at Southside with 1 action left. Would that I could draw those cards, but I can't. With 1 action left, I think drawing a card or gaining resource is probably what I want to be doing. I suppose I could move directly to French Hill now, actually, and then I'm sort of set up to keep bullying the Servant of Flame next turn. And also I get away from the Whippoorwill. Yeah, actually, let's keep on point, because he's not going to ready until after the enemy attack phase, right? Both of these other creatures are hunting me as well, so they're going to be moving towards me, although fortunately they're further away. So yeah, let's do that, actually. So we'll head over to French Hill ourselves, which means we reveal the location. Hopefully it doesn't say go and get some nasty business out of the bag or whatever, to make our lives awful. Okay. So, the stately homes of French Hill have fallen into disrepair as the old families slowly die out. Shroud 4. Choose and discard a card from your hand. Place 1 charge or secret on an asset you control. Right. I don't have an asset that uses charges or secrets, though. So I guess that doesn't mean anything to me. If it said ammunition, it also says victory 1, which makes me think I want more victory points. But also I'm not confident about getting these clues. Unless I draw a card. Anyway, that's all my actions, so that's the end of my turn. So in the enemy phase, they both have Hunter, so I don't know if there's a specific order or if it doesn't matter to the order in which they move. But the Whippoorwill tries to get closer to me, I presume, and goes to Southside. And the Bat Horror does the same, but goes to Uptown or the Merchant District. So I'm happy to move it to Uptown. Is that accurate? They just move around like that? And then there's actually no one to attack. So we go to reset the Servant of Flame. And that's that, really. So draw a card. Which is the Blood Drinker. Great. So I'll just put him at my location as well. Oh my god, I'm just going to be fighting things the whole time. And then I draw this. Right. Don't run out of ammo. For the love of God. I spend this whole game just shooting at stuff. So I guess actually technically he's engaged with me because he's not elusive or aloof or anything. So that's that. Right. So that's all done. One more Doom onto the agenda up here. I'm never going to get that finished. All right. And then a card for me here. The servant is also engaged with you. Right. So when the elusive enemy readied, he engaged me. Is that what happened? Because he was ready and at my location, so he engaged me. Okay, cool. Cool. So I'm engaged with the Blood Drinker and the Servant of Flame. Lovely stuff. All right. Meanwhile, Surge. The nearest non-elite enemy moves once towards your... flip. If it engages an investigator, it makes an immediate attack. Well, it doesn't, because it's just the stupid whippoorwill, but it does hang out and make everything worse. This sucks. I need like a hand grenade. I need a hand grenade or something. Surge means we have to do another one as well. Awful. Just awful. Terrible. Couldn't be going worse, right? Oh my god, it's another whippoorwill. Now I'm really stuffed. So that's just hanging out. Oh, the nearest non-elite is the Blood Drinker, so the whippoorwill doesn't move? Oh, yes, you're right. Okay. The nearest non-elite enemy moves once towards your location. Okay, I kind of assumed that... So does this mean nothing happens? Because it says... Sorry, I'll share the card. The nearest non-elite enemy moves once towards your location. If it engages an investigator, it makes an immediate attack. But the nearest non-elite enemy is the Blood Drinker, which means it doesn't move, and it already is engaged, so it doesn't make an attack either. So the whippoorwill would stay, and then the card surges and reveals another whippoorwill at my location anyway. Okay, so that's done correctly. So I think actually this doesn't have any effect at this time. I went for the whippoorwill because I just kind of assumed something had to move. But I guess the game is like, actually, you're already fighting an army of baddies, so don't worry about it. Okay. With this in mind, Heger says, God, I hate the whippoorwill. And Rough Starch Stiff says, that's why it surges, because it might not do anything, which makes sense to me, yeah. That's why it has surge. I'll fix this later. Fix this another time. All right. So, back on my turn, right, I've got one action that's free of attacks of opportunity right now. So, I think I'm going to have to start... I'm just going to spend this whole turn blasting, which kind of sucks. My question is, do I use this... Do I just try to... If I blast the servant once, he's going to leave. Fine. I'm concerned that now that the whippoorwill's here, I'm not... Here's a question. If I exhaust the whippoorwill, does its debuff turn off? Or does it stay in play? Whippoorwill says, each investigator at the Whippoorwill's location gets -1 to all their stats. But if it's exhausted, does that still have an effect? I mean, I kind of feel like it must, right? But I don't know. Because exhausting is a bit more of a complex. It's always active. Boo! 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 I don't want it to be always active. I want it to turn off. Because I could use Make Him Sing to parlay the Whippoorwill. I don't really want to be fighting the Servant of Flame with -1 to fight. So, is my turn actually just engage the Whippoorwill, kill the Whippoorwill, blast the Servant of Flame? The other Whippoorwill is going to show up next turn anyway. I mean, I'm barely going to meet any of these elite baddies. I'm going to be spending this entire game blasting like a small handful of enemies. And I thought I was the gun guy. I thought I'd be quite good at shooting. What I need is that service revolver as well, just to be more efficient. Here are my actions back. All right. Well, I also need my rookie cop. I really want my rookie cop. We can bring out the rookie cop next turn, maybe. Because I want these clues, and I don't want to actually have to work for them, because Shroud 4 is high. The Whippoorwills are the worst. These suck. It's just a huge waste of time. It's just a colossal waste of time. Oh god, I'm really stuck. Okay. We can't kill the Blood Drinker in one hit, or I would do that. He also, after he attacks, he heals himself, so there's not really much point shooting him until we can sort of wipe him out. Yes. Rough Start Stiff, yes. I did remember that engage actions promote attacks of opportunity, but because of Dr. Henry Armitage, my first action each round doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity, which is why I can potentially engage this and kill it. Which I think I have to do, because if 2 of them show up, I'm going to be stuffed. So, yeah, so we'll do that. Yeah. So we'll take the free engage action. It's not free. It costs an action. It doesn't cause these 2 to hit me. And then we'll take an attack against the Whippoorwill. Am I even going to use the gun here? What will it be? It'll be my 4 versus its 2. I kind of feel like I need to save the ammo. But if I miss here, it's going to suck. No, but keep me straight on the rules. It's actually incredibly helpful. So thank you for your participation. Right, here we go. This is 4 versus 2. Oh no, but we're on -1, aren't we, from the Whippoorwill? Which means it would be 3 versus 2. So that's actually, yeah, let's spend a resource. I hate this. Okay, here we go. It's still 4 versus 2. -1. Oh, okay. So the Whippoorwill is destroyed. Get out of here. All right. And then with 1 action left, we shoot the Servant of Flame because we really don't want to be hit by it again. And here's hoping this works out okay. Nope. It's real bad. Oh, it's bad. Oh, I'm in big trouble. Okay, so hang on. It's 5 versus... God, it's 5 versus 4. But it's actually 1. So, oh, and he's got Retaliate. Oh, shit. Oh, I'm stuffed, gang. I'm in so much trouble. This game is kicking my ass right now. All right, so here's all of the damage that comes off of that. And then he's about to hit me again because I missed. Oh. But I would never have hit if the whippoorwill was here. That's the problem. Wow. This is so bad. Okay, well, that's that. End of that round. It is enemy phase with the other whippoorwill now moving across. And the bat horror coming as well. I should have spent more time getting my guns ready, apparently. And then these two whack me again, so I'm going to take another 3 damage and another 3 horror. I mean, I'm practically dead on horror alone. I do have to deal, I think, one of these horrors to Armitage, or else I'm going to be in real. Well, it's already bad. It's already really bad. Oh, he runs away? Oh, yes, that's right. That's right. You're right. Sorry, I don't get hit by the Servant of Flame again because he leaves when he retaliates, which would be that, and then he leaves because of elusive. Yeah. God, son of a gun. All right, so he's over there now. And then the vampire hits me after the retaliate. So I'll take the 1 damage from the vampire here, and I'll take the 1 horror from the vampire on Armitage. Okay, that's fine then. Not ideal. Not ideal. Right, and then the Servant of Flame readies while being back over here at Southside. With the now chilling with the bat horror. I'm still over here with the Blood Drinker and the Whippoorwill. I get to draw a card and have a resource. So we've got the Custom Grip, which is the one that lets us attach to the M19, and then and that's not an action, so that doesn't provoke an attack of opportunity, which is great. That lets us basically replay the M19 11, which is good because we're low on ammo. None of this is actually good, though. All of this is still really bad. And I don't have any resources, and it's all bad. Is this what this game is normally like? Okay. Get my actions back, and then we add a doom to the agenda, which is now over 50% done. And then we draw one of these encounter cards. What should be another enemy? Downpour. Revelation. Test agility. For each point you fail by, you must either lose an action or place clues on your location. Oh, Jesus. So this game wants you dead. Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. Quite apparent, really. Okay, so so I've got a Whippoorwill, which means my agility is currently 1. I was hoping to get this experience point. I don't think that's going to happen because I'm not giving up my actions. But I'm not contributing anything to this. It's either going to... I'm just going to have to end up putting clues on my location. Really, all that costs me is this victory point, which I had sort of means to get, and I'm sad about, but I've got no cards I can contribute to this, so I actually have no way to adjust this anyway. There's not a +2, is there? Well, wow, a +1. So if it weren't for that King Whippoorwill, I would have actually passed this. Anyway, we'll add a clue to the location and call it a day. God, I even feel like the bag's been quite nice to me, touch wood, but, and it's still just going so bad. I don't know if you were interested at all in the flavor text, but I was so invested in the game I forgot. There descended such a blinding sheet of torrential rain that shelter became imperative. That's from The Lurking Fear. Okie dokie. I can't just spend my whole life killing whippoorwills, can I? I just feel like they're so detrimental. Which means I have to engage it, shoot the blood drinker. I'm taking damage again. Now, Parlay... Oh, I wish I had more resources. Because I can't play Parlay and Rookie Cop. I can't play Make Him Sing in the Rookie Cop. Also, that Servant of Flame is going to come back and hit me. This is really, really bad. I also kind of need to play this custom grip, because otherwise I'm going to lose my M1911. So that's fast, so it's not an action, and it doesn't provoke opportunity. Oh, one of your clues, not from the supply? Oh, that's terrible. That's really bad. People like this game? People have spent thousands of dollars on this game. And it's so mean. This game's mean to me. Right. I don't... I don't know what to do other than to just keep fighting. That timer's going to run out, though, and we're going to have done basically nothing. And that's going to be that. Well, I mean, I guess that's the series. There's not much else I can do, I don't think, because if I try to leave... I mean, I can leave, but then everybody's going to engage me. I can leave because I can still do the Armitage action. If I leave the Whippoorwill behind, that's fine. I guess I don't need any of these clues. I'll pick up the clues over here or whatever. I've given up on French Hill entirely. So, if I move back to Southside, I will be engaged by all 3 enemies, but I'll have 2 actions left to try and blast the Servant of Flame and the Bat Horror and make them retreat. And then they won't hit me, and also I'll be doing damage. Actually, if I hit the Bat Horror, it just dies. So I think that's probably my best shout, because staying here, it seems like it's for the birds. So let's spend 1 action to head back over to Southside, where we then get engaged by the Servant of Flame and the Bat Horror. And then we just keep blasting. And I need to play that Rookie Cop so they can die for me, but I don't have the means right now. Yeah, retiring is an option, I understand. Maybe it's for the best. Okay. Well, not yet. I know it's going badly, but we're not done yet. So, we'll shoot the Servant of Flame, because if I miss, well, he'll leave actually anyway, so it doesn't matter. But we'll just do the Servant of Flame first, because I want to. Oh, please let this go off. So this is my 5 versus his 4. I could use Make Him Sing. I was planning to use this to try and get a clue here. But I'm conscious that I don't have a lot of resource. And so holding it... No, we should try and kill the Servant of Flame. I will commit this. So now we're on... 6 to his 4. What's that? Ah, the act. Okay, great. That's still 1. That's still 1. We're still on first act. So that's a pass. So we do 2 damage to the Servant of Flame, who then falls back to the Merchant District and exhausts. Fine, good. That's something anyway. This is the first guy, by the way. I'm on 6 out of 10, and this is the first guy I've encountered this whole time. All right, and then we, I guess then we shoot the Bat Horror. Oh god, I need to keep these resources to replay my gun, or else I'm not gonna have a gun. Right, so I just spent the ammo, so here we go. Sorry, it's he's on 3, so it's our 5 versus his 3, and we'll see what happens. -1, great. So Bat Horror's dead. Oh, jeez. This is on standard difficulty as well. Great, so that was all my actions. That was move, shoot, shoot. All actions are done. Whippoorwill's coming back again. But for now, at least, that's all over. He's exhausted. So first, I guess, the Whippoorwill comes in here. Doesn't engage because it's aloof. And then the Blood Drinker hits us for 1 horror and 1 health damage. Grand. I don't even have a single clue token. Grand. My gun's out of ammo. Great. Then the Servant of Flame, at least if I do nothing else, let me kill this guy. If I do nothing else, let me kill the Servant of Flame. Okay, so now we can have a card, which is Vicious Blow. I kind of needed that before, but it'll help me at least take Blood Drinker off the board. And we get a resource, which we need to... I really kind of need another resource. I could get one. It's fine. Oh no, the skull changed. You're right. I'm not using the previous card. I just forgot that it changed. Oh god, what does it change to? Okay, it's actually the total number of elite enemies in the victory display and under the act. Good news, everyone! That's still 1. In fact, no, it's 0. It's actually less than 1 because I haven't achieved a single thing yet. Great. Cool. I'm going to shoot all of these people. I'm so annoyed. Right. I do not have the capacity to deal with this Whippoorwill either, which is a problem. Alright, I get my 3 actions back. And now it is time for another Doom token, which puts us on 7 out of 10. And then a lovely card over here. The Flash Flood. Attach Flash Flood to your location and it gains +4 Shroud. When the round ends, discard Flash Flood. Joke's on you, Flash Flood. I wasn't going to hunt for any clues this round anyway. Because I'm not doing that. I think probably I just shoot at the Blood Drinker. I would have actually kind of liked to... Oh, but if I do that, the Servant of Flame is going to come back and get me. Oh, I wish I'd kept... Hang on. I'm just trying to see if there's a way here for me to attack the Servant of Flame without... Oh, yeah, there is. I just go up there because my first action doesn't trigger an attack of opportunity. Fine. So we just leave this district as well. We're just giving up on everything and we're going up here. So that's action number 1. That's our Armitage action. It doesn't cause an attack of opportunity. And we arrive at the Merchant District. Sorry, this is kind of a mess on the table, gang. Maybe I'll try and set it up so there's a bit more space next time. The goal of this game is to kill the servant. Exactly. We've got to get that servant. So, here we are in the Merchant District. Since the flood, the Merchant District has become a focal point for business and development in Arkham. Each day seems to bring more and more construction workers. We read that. Okay, so Shroud 3, fast action. During your turn, if they're exactly... Move to a connecting location. Right, so this gives me a bounce to another location. Which I might well actually end up using. Because, you know, time and everything. Okay, so with this in mind, we do have a clue there. And the Servant of Flame engages us because we moved into its location. Oh, I was going to use Armitage to... Damn it, that's what I was going to do. Ugh, it's fine. I was going to use Armitage to get 2 more ammunition on my M1911. But that's fine. I definitely can't do that now. So we only need 2 more damage on the Servant of Flame. So with 2 actions left, there's a world here where we kill both of these guys. But I think killing the Servant of Flame, well, he's elusive anyway. So this is fine. So for as a fast action, thanks to our custom grip, we can withdraw the M1911 to our hand, and then we can play a firearm from our hand, which is the M1911 again. We pay 3. I cannot afford the extra resource for the extra ammo, so it just comes into play with 4 ammo, which sucks. I really wanted to do that, but for 1, that's a separate action, so I couldn't have done that anyway. And for 2, I don't have the resources, so it's fine. All right, so who do we shoot first? It doesn't really matter too much. Someone's going to retaliate if we miss, which sucks. I need to use Vicious Blow as well. I need to use Vicious Blow on the... So we're still on 5 versus 4, which I hate. 5 versus 4 for the Servant of Flame. And if we miss, he retaliates, which is really bad. Really, really bad. But I need Vicious Blow to use for the Blood Drinker so I can take it off the board in 1 hit, because we need to start clearing this board. So let's shoot at the Servant of Flame and just pray. We're going to pray. Pray for me. Pray, everyone. Come on. Don't I deserve some... Come on! I don't know how I keep pulling -1s, but I'll take it. The Servant of Flame is defeated. That's a win right there. We can resign now. We can resign. This stream's over. Okay, so now I understand that we go and read the Codex. Hopefully, this is good news and not bad news. I'm really hoping. I could use some good news. Right, here we go. So there's a section here called Servant of Flame. So let's have a look and see what it says. Your nemesis lies incapacitated at your feet. The flame that cloaked them has died out, though their robes are miraculously unsinged. Any attempts to remove their mask are fruitless. You'll need to wait for them to regain consciousness if you want to discover who they are. You wonder how many victims their blood-splattered sickle has claimed. Perhaps it would be better to finish them off here and now, to avoid future bloodshed. No one else has to know. The investigators must decide. We can't risk letting them hurt others. They're too dangerous to be left alive. They go to the victory display and we earn 3 cards. Or we hold them for questioning later tonight. Place them beneath the act and gain a clue from the token pool. I mean, I gotta hold them for questioning, right? Because I've got nothing else. If I don't have this, if I kill them, I've got genuinely nothing, and I don't know if I'll get anything more, right? So I could also use a clue token, you know. So I think we gotta hold them for questioning, right? Also, I'm a cop. I don't just murder people. This is fantasy, and yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not killing them, and I'm not giving you guys a choice either. We're doing it my way this time. All right, so they go under the act, and we get a clue token. Do I still get my victory point if I put them under the display, or do I not get my victory point if I hold them for questioning? Let me know. Anyway, there we go. Clue token for me. So that was my second action. Final action, shoot the blood drinker using the vicious blow. Bam, 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 bam. Oh, sorry, gang. Bam. That's still -1. He's not an elite enemy, so that puts us on 4, 5, 6 versus 5 versus 2. God, I keep pulling these same tokens. You'd think that I swear they're all in here. Like, I filled up the whole bag with tokens. Look, they're all in there. I just keep pulling the same set. Actually, there's a lot of -1s, to be fair. These are all -1 now, so the odds are pretty good. All right. So he takes 3 damage thanks to Vicious Blow, and he's defeated as well. He goes into my discard. He doesn't go into the, like, sort of set aside. He can come back, can he? Anyway, that's all of my actions. As a fast action, I can travel from the Merchant District, but functionally I'm going to get to do that next turn anyway. So I don't really see the benefit in using it this turn unless I thought I was going to come back here again. But I really don't think that's likely. The Whippoorwill will follow me up here, but then it'll just kind of hang out here, which is kind of fine. Yeah, actually, there could be another flash flood, so it's better to stay here. I guess. The benefit is being away from the Whippoorwill before Mythos. Right, yeah, you're right. So then if I need to make a check in the Mythos phase, I suppose there's that. All right, I'll tell you what, let's head up to downtown then, as a fast action. Because I don't trust Mythos not to be mean to me. All right, so the quiet night in downtown. Arkham's busiest district is home to glamorous new theaters, hotels, high-rises, and the finest dining in all of Massachusetts, or so they say. Can't go up there. Oh, there's no connection. You're right. Oh, well spotted. Oh, shoot. All right, fine. We'll go to Easttown then. We'll go to Easttown instead. That's fine then. Because there's a connection here. Yeah, you're right. That's so strange. Well spotted. I suppose there's no one here in Easttown. Is it better to go to the Waterfront District just so we can get another card? Yes, I've talked myself into it. This is better. Yes. All right, Waterfront District it is. With its streets perpetually flooded, the former Rivertown district is a ghost town. Only dour factories with their heavy cement foundations are able to stand among the waterlogged shanties. Okay, so this is Shroud 1, which is nice. As an additional cost to investigate, you must spend an action. Oh. No, I don't have time. I do not have time for this. Okay. But that's all good. So then the enemy phase takes place and the whippoorwill flies up to the merchant district, and then we get into the upkeep phase. So we'll untap anything tapped, but there's none. We'll refresh this. We'll draw a card. Card is Bounty. Oh, this would have been great. When I kill an enemy, I can discard this and gain money equal to their hit points, which would have been really good to have moments ago when I killed that fire guy. And then I get a resource. I only have 2 ammo left in this M1911 as well. I'm not really in a great way, to be honest, but so be it. Okay, so. But I don't have time. But maybe I need to make time. Right. So at the end of the round, Flash Flood is discarded. And we're going to get another Doom token on this one, which puts us on 8 out of 10. But there's another card. But it's probably not great. And then encounter card. Red Herring. Revelation, test book smarts. This test gets +2 difficulty if you control 2 or more clues. Don't worry, I haven't a clue. If you fail, take a horror and place one of your clues on your location. This is for the birds. But that's okay, because my book smarts is actually currently at 4. 4 versus 2, I think I can do it. I think we can achieve this. Let's find out. 0! Success! Get out of here, Red Herring. Okay, good stuff. So, as much as I want to do a Shroud, and then I have to spend 2 actions to do an Investigate here, which is so painful. And that Whippoorwill is going to come down, so maybe we just kind of try to get this location done. I should really deal with that Whippoorwill, but I don't have time. And I'd like to draw some cards and things, but again, I think that I just need to crack on with revealing this card and hope that it has 4 hit points or less, please. So we'll start with 2 actions to perform an investigate check. Ouch, sucks. But we are on 4 versus it's 1, so I'm feeling quite confident about this. Fingers crossed. Here we go. Did you put a clue on your location? I did not. I forgot. But now I have. The 1 clue. Okay, here we go. Blam. That's -4, so we fail, right? No, wait. Yeah, we're on 4 versus 1, so we fail. We can't even do it again. Great, cool. That's great. Oh, brilliant. So, with 1 action left, I think I'm just going to draw a card. I'd like to have another card. I want another card. So I'm just going to draw a card, and that's going to be that. Yep. Oh, it's adapt and overcome. Brilliant. That's not really that helpful. And that's the end of my turn. So this guy comes over here. And now he's here too. That's great. And then I get another card and another, which is the emergency cash and a resource. That's at least going to be mildly helpful. Oh, he should have hit me, right? No, he's aloof. He doesn't engage. He just follows me around and is irritating. Right, so that's that. So now we get a Doom up here. We're on 9 out of 10, and we're going to get a card over here. Oh, it's a rogue gangster. Hunter, prey, most resources. Retaliate. After they engage you, lose a resource. If you cannot, they attack you. I just want to cry. This is so bad. Alright, they've engaged me, so I lose a resource. Okay. Well, my whole turn is just going to be fighting this guy now. I mean, I'm not good at evading, so I just have to murder things. He only does a single point of damage. Maybe I just, like, grin and bear it and just let him punch me for repeatedly over and over again. Okay. I have one action that doesn't provoke an attack of opportunity. I could leave, and then I won't get the penalty from the whippoorwill if I fight the rogue gangster. I really want to investigate the waterfront district because it's a victory point. It's an experience point, and currently I'm standing to get one. Currently I'm standing to get 2 or 1, because I got 1 from the university, possibly 1 from the Servant of Flame. I don't know if that counts. But so getting 1 more would be nice. I'm concerned that he's got fight 3, and I could waste my ammo. I don't have much left. God, I wish I had restrained. I could just restrain him and move on with my life. The other downside here is that there's not really... I'd have to move twice to get to another card. You know? I mean, I suppose if we headed back to the Merchant District, we could then actually fast travel to Southside. It'd get us miles away from the whippoorwill. And the shroud value is reasonable. And there's a card there. I think we're all in agreement here that this is not great. Okay, so yeah, let's... I need 2 actions just to kill the gangster, though. Because the thing is, if I move east to East Town, then I need to... I mean, I could actually move to Merchant District and ping up to East Town, or I could just move there directly. It doesn't really matter. But the main thing is that there's no card there. No objective card. So if I get my second clue, which I'd have by now, yeah. I still think actually we should try to get away from this whippoorwill. So our objective free action then is to move back to the Merchant District. And then from there we get a fast action to move either south or northeast. I mean, no point going back to Miskatonic University. So let's go down to Southside then. Again, and then we shoot at this gangster, I guess. I might as well use Adapt and Overcome because, you know, we don't want to fail, we don't want to retaliate. So... there's the ammo. I'm going to run out of ammo, and then I'm not going to have that. Yep, good. Into the bag, then. It's our 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 4, 5, 6 versus his 3. The servant doesn't count as it stands right now. Fair enough. What is that? -1 for each clue you control. Good news, everybody! I only have 1 clue, so that's fine. So the gangster takes 2 damage. I should have actually saved Adapt and Overcome maybe for after I ran out of ammo, rather than just using the gun constantly. Because now I have to hit him again, and I either use my last ammo here, or, you know, but I only need 1 damage. But I don't much like the chances of my 4 versus 3. And if his retaliation is kind of fine, I kind of just want to kill him. I don't really want to take 2 damage. This is stressful, Billy. It's so stressful. I'm going to save my ammo. Fingers crossed this doesn't go horribly wrong. No, I need... Do you know what? I can't... I'll tell you what. I can't afford to lose the actions. I can't still be fighting this guy next round. I need to do something else. So, here we go. It's my 5 versus his 3. -2! My 3 versus his 3. He's dead. And then I can discard bounty at the same time to gain his hit points and assets, which is 3. So I'll kill him and I'll gain 3 assets. The gun is out of ammo, sadly, which I'm going to remind myself of just by sort of tilting it. Alright, that's the end of my turn. Again, I've sort of managed to achieve murder, but no actual progress towards the objective. This whippoorwill moves back to the merchant district, and then I draw a card, which is the rookie cop again. Great. And I get another resource. And my 3 things back, and now it is time for... is this the 10th one? 9, 10, yeah. So the 10th Doom token, so we're going to progress the agenda. An itch you've done your best to ignore becomes unbearable. Pulling back your sleeve reveals a patch of peeling gray skin. Gingerly, you scratch the dead skin to reveal a smooth scar, almost as though you were branded. The scar resembles a hand with an unblinking eye inset into it. Touching it gives you a warm, heady feeling like being drunk. One at a time, each investigator draws a copy of the set-aside Mark of Elakos weakness. Each investigator is now a bearer of that weakness. Add the card to the deck. Draw a copy of the weakness. Great, so that goes into play, does it? Brilliant. Put it into play in your threat area. When your turn ends, take a damage. Assign it to an asset you control if able, and 2 actions gets rid of it. Steam rises off the wet pavement as though the ground beneath it were actually burning. We've become cursed, and now we have 8 more turns. Great. Great. So now I get to draw an encounter card. This is relentless. Alright, so he engages me. And I have to discard a resource. Right, this thing is going to kill Armitage. And I do believe in Armitage's value. But I have no weapon now. So I think probably our best play is actually to just let this guy, like, beat rookie cops to death so that we can discover clues. It's so bad. It's so bad. But I can play a rookie cop for free, and then between the Mark of Ellicos and the Rogue Gangster, they'll just beat it to death, and then I'll get a clue. And I'm sort of like willing to take that right now. It's thematically, I kind of hate it. But otherwise, I can't spend 3 actions just fighting this Rogue Gangster. I just can't do it because I don't have time for that. I've just been cursed. So I'm going to spend 3 resource to put a rookie cop into play. And that was free of attack of opportunity thanks to Armitage. So I'm not good at evading. My evasion is 2. So I feel like when I evade, it's just kind of like... I understand what you mean. I just don't... losing the resource isn't a choice. Yeah, I know. He engaged me and I spent a resource, didn't I? I had 5, right? Because I just gained 3? 4? Yeah, no, I spent the resource. But, I mean, he'd already engaged me. But, I mean, he's got... But what I mean is I'm not gonna... Like, he's got retaliate, but also I might just do what I want. And every time I do what I want, he's gonna punch me, and I'm gonna give the damage to the rookie cop. Yeah, I might even do an investigate. It's the Mark of Ellicos is... Actually, to be fair, I could just discard the Mark of Ellicos now. And then he'll beat the rookie cop to death and I'll get a clue. And next turn I can figure my life out from there. What I need is to draw a card that lets me get a weapon or something. I don't want to chip him down. It's going to take too long. I'm hoping to get some cards. Well, I don't mind him eating the rookie cop, though. Because when the rookie cop is defeated, I gain a clue. That's kind of like the point of it. So I'm just putting it out there to soak damage. And maybe what I do with my last 2 actions here is just get rid of the Mark of Ellicos. So at least that's out of play. And then he's gonna... Because that provoked an attack of opportunity, I put 1 on the rookie cop. And now when he attacks, he'll defeat it, and then I can have a clue. That's my plan. That's all I got. That's it. That was my whole turn. So the whippoorwill comes to my location. Brilliant. I forgot about that. That's fine, though. Or I could draw restrained. If I draw restrained, that'd be great. And then the rogue gangster attacks, so I put a damage on the rookie cop, who's defeated, which lets me gain a clue from my location. This was sort of my plan. Long ago when I went to French Hill, my plan was to use the rookie cop to pick these up despite Shroud 4, and that obviously never came to pass. Okay. So that's the end of that. So now I get to draw a card. Please be a good one. I need a good card. Please be a good card. Becky! My gun! I also get this. This is fine. This is somewhat helpful. At least I can kill this guy marginally quicker. Okay, so with this in mind, now we're doing a doom onto the agenda card and drawing an encounter. Oh, it's downpour again. For each point you fail by, you may either lose an action or place one of your clues in your location. I can't afford to lose this clue this time. I mean, I probably wouldn't have lost that one if I'd read the card properly. I probably would have given up the action instead. But this is fine. So it is agility. There is a whippoorwill, so it's the same situation again. I have no card I can discard to help with this other than Becky, which I desperately need. So I might just end up losing both of my clues and just be back to 0. Or having to give up 2 actions, which I might have to do. But let's see what we get here. I think I probably have to give up the actions, to be honest. 0! That means it's -2. Yeah, I think I just have to ditch 2 actions, because if I give up these clues, I can't afford to do it. I just can't. So we've got 1 action this round, which is great. And Henry lets us take a free action. So I can either equip Becky or use the emergency cash so that I can get the rookie cop out. I mean, I think we equip Becky, right? Or this rogue gangster's just going to keep messing with us. He's going to attack anyway, but... So I'm going to use... Because I've got an action that doesn't provoke an attack of opportunity, I'm going to use my main action. I can discard the M1911 to pay its additional cost to bring Becky in with 4 ammo. That costs 2. Oh, God. And then that's that turn. So then Rogue Gangster punches me for 1. And then I get to draw a card and have a resource, which is Armed to the Teeth. I don't know why I've got this. Honestly, this was another one that I'd probably regret. If I tried this again, I might. There's some bits in this sort of Tommy deck I'd probably do a bit differently. This is, while it's committed to a skill test on an item asset you control, it gains Wild. So once again, this is kind of like... So my problem really is not... My problem with these attack cards that boost his shooting is that I've not struggled actually too much with hitting things. Where I'm struggling is with card draw, it's with efficiency. I'm just, like, I'm killing things okay, I'm just not achieving the objective. And it's damage as well. Like, it's all well and good hitting things, but if I'm not doing enough damage, then it doesn't really matter. The good news is that we can also use Becky to murder the Whippoorwill. Because it ignores aloof. But, well, it can ignore aloof, but then it gets exhausted. I'm going to assume when it's exhausted... I haven't had that bad luck with the Mythos in this game, Billy. I think the Mythos... To be fair, the tests I have failed have been quite bad. I've had quite... Well, anyway, it's fine. We still haven't also seen my major weakness, which is a big problem. Because if I don't get some resource together, that's just going to discard Becky, and I'm going to be back to square one. Right, anyway, I've just drawn these. So we're back to the top of the round. So we're putting a Doom on here. We're drawing an encounter card. Here we go. Ooh, what this? Arcane Lock, Hex, Obstacle. Attach it to your location. As an additional cost to enter or leave the attached location, you must spend an additional action. I guess we live in Southside now. Okay. Well. I'm going to assume that I can't use the action on Becky if it's exhausted, right? Um, which means that I need to kill the gangster first with the Whippoorwill's penalty. Do you guys know as well? In the let me explain it. Sorry, Becky can be exhausted to use a reaction, and my question was just if I exhaust her, then I can't use her main action anymore, right? Like if she's exhausted, I can't use the top action. Or is that an effective exhaust, or does exhaust not care? Uh, okay, so exhausting is actually just a cost. So that's just to note that she can't be exhausted again. Fine, good. That's actually really helpful. Great, good stuff. Thanks, gang. The other question is later in the. God, I love that you guys know this game so well. It's enormously helpful. Later on, I'm going to draw a card and a resource that's in the upkeep phase. Is it simultaneous? Because I'm thinking about, here's my thinking, right? I know that my other weakness wants me to spend 5 resources, or else I have to discard my assets, all of my guns, right? I don't want to discard Becky because it's like all I've got going for me right now. So it wants me to spend 5 resources. I would draw the 5th resource in the card first, resource second. That's what I thought, actually, because that's the text on the card. So, fine, then I guess we'll just gamble. There's no point in... because that would be the 5th resource. So, with that in mind, let's use Becky to shoot at the Whippoorwill. We can exhaust Becky to shoot directly at an aloof enemy, because she's a rifle. So, here we go. We're putting in 6 to the Whippoorwill's 1. About your weakness, you can lose 1 to 4 resources and still satisfy it as long as your choice changes the game way in some state. You just can't choose to lose 0. Oh, really? Oh, that's huge. Oh, that makes it a lot more manageable. Okay, great. Thanks. Thank you so much. That's really helpful. All right, here we go. Bam. -2. Whippoorwill's done. Get it out of here. So that was action number 1. Now I think we just blast the rogue gangster twice. I mean, it sucks. I mean, I could just ignore him, right? And soak a few more hits. Like, he's not that bad. He just does 1 damage. I don't like Armed to the Teeth. I don't know why I've got it in this deck. I really would have made some better choices. All right. This is fine. Let's go again. Becky into the rogue gangster. 0, so he takes 2 hits. See, now I just want to punch him because I want to. I going down to 1 ammo makes me sad. So I'm tempted to just punch him and use Armed to the Teeth to get +1 on it, because that gives me 5 to his 3. So I'll do that. It doesn't feel good, but I really don't want to spend an ammo if I don't have to. I also should have kept both bounties. Brian's like, yeah, we could go back and restart life and build a better... Oh, God, son of a gun. Ah! What am I on? I'm on 5 to... Now I'm on 2 to his 3. Oh, and he's got retaliate. Shoot. All right, that was a bad decision. I'm sorry, team. That was a really bad choice. Anyway, that's the end of my turn. I was just nervous about the gun. Alright, so he hits again. Putting me on 6 out of 9 hit points. I'm going to grab a card, which is the custom grip, which is nice. So I can recycle Becky at least, that's good. So I guess now we can shoot him next turn. Just spend my whole life just shooting these things. Alright, and then it's Doom and Encounter... God, if I can get 2 of the 6 cards they wanted, I'll feel good about myself. Ah, the Arcane Lock. Do these stack? I guess they stack, right? So now I have to spend 3 actions. What happens if I have to spend 4 actions? I suppose I have to then start discarding Arcane Locks. I mean, I feel like we're going to die here. And by that, what I mean is we're just going to finish... We're going to wait here till we resign. Limit 1 per location. Yeah, great. Okay, so what happens then? Do we just discard it? Do we have to draw another encounter card if the game state doesn't change? God, I love playing this with you guys. This is great. I'm having such a good time, even though it's going horribly. Yeah, I was quite confident about how to parse the first scenario. The second scenario is just got a little bit more going on. You get a pass. I deserve a pass. I deserve a pass. Cool. All right, great, good stuff. Then let's begin our turn with 3 actions and spending 1 as a fast action to play the custom grip because I need Becky. If Becky goes, I'm in trouble. And then I think we just shoot this guy because... do you know what, actually? No, yeah, we just shoot this guy. So here's... I don't know why I'm tapping it. I guess I'm tapping it in case I fail. I might as well. Okay, here's my dilemma. Here's my dilemma. It's what happens after we shoot the rogue gangster. If I shoot him now and kill him, then I've got 2 actions left. And what do I do with those 2 actions? I either summon the elite enemy and then hope to do something with my 3rd action against it, or... Yeah, no, I think that makes sense, right? Yeah, no, yeah, that makes perfect sense. We have to do this. I was trying to talk myself into maybe there's a world where like I don't kill this guy and I play the rookie co-op and stuff like that. But you know, it seems like a bad idea. I think we just need to get rid of the rogue gangster and then summon the elite enemy and hope that that's fine. We just deal with it by shooting it the same way we've dealt with everything else. I was hoping to get the rogue cop out before I summon the elite enemy, which I could do after I kill this guy. Am I just wasting more time, though? I summon the elite enemy since servant is gone. Rough stuff, starch stiff. Thank you. Thank you for that further clarification on the weakness. Yeah, I'd kind of pick that up. It's either give up all of your resources up to 5, or Or if you can't give up any resources at all, lose the assets. So we have to keep some resources there as a backup. Ideally not 5, really, because we don't want to lose 5 if we don't have to. So anyway, here we go. This is a shot into the rogue gangster. -3. Good God. We still get him, though, because it's 6 versus 3. Oof, that would have been so painful, though. Alright, good. We tapped anyway, so we don't get retaliate. I shouldn't have tapped, actually. I don't know why I did that. Oh, yeah, because I guess now what I could do is actually spend my next 2 actions playing both of these cards and get the rookie cop out. That feels like a good idea. Get the rookie cop out, and then first action next turn we bring out the elite guard, but we've got a bit of a buffer just because, you know, damage is not great. Yeah, look, I'm murdering everybody, but yeah, let me get this other rookie cop out. So there's the emergency cash for 3, and the rookie cop comes out for 1. That's the turn. End of turn. This untaps, and we just get card and resource, which is Iron Sights, which is nice. That could be helpful. And then it's back to the top, which is Doom and card. We've got Crossfire, Revelation, Test Agility. If you fail, each investigator at your location takes a damage. Where was this early doors? Like, this is fine. I don't have any way. I could discard Iron Sights. I'm not going to. If I take a damage, it's not the end of the world. I mean, it's not great, honestly. I'm quite badly hurt, but it'll have to be fine. -2! Yep. At least it's not, you know... So I take a damage, which I'll put on the rookie cop. Although I kind of need to protect her long enough to soak some horror for me as well. Right, good. Back to my turn then. As a fast action, I will also... Oh, wait, hang on. No, I'll wait. I'll save the Iron Sights for when I reissue Becky, because she's only got 1 bullet left. And actually, I kind of need another... No, I don't need another resource right now. I need another resource... I do kind of need another resource. Because if I have to reissue Becky, I will have 0. And if I draw the weakness, it's bad. Is this elite enemy just going to be a baddie and attack me? Is it just going to be like some kind of crazy cultist and come at me? Or do I risk the fact that this top card, this one top card, might not be my weakness? No, we need to get on with the objective. We need to do the objective, so here's the action and the 2 clues to draw the enemy. Udis. This is so much more manageable than everything else. Aloof. Sure. After you succeeded a skill test by 2 or more at the location, okay. So here's my question. If I shoot her, but I don't kill her, then I can use the codex, right? God, where was she early doors? She's so nice and neat. Anyway, I'm shooting her. Has to be 2 or more. That's yeah. So fight does count as a skill. Yeah, that's fine. See, she's aloof, but I can exhaust Becky to shoot her. It's my final ammo, but I'm feeling relatively good about this because I'm considerably higher than she. Her fight of 1. Basically, the way I see it is I fire. She's like, oh, I don't know anything about the cult. And then I'm like, I fire a sniper shot directly past her head. And she's like, I'll tell you about the cult. Look, yeah, it is. I mean, look, let's not mess around. I've had a really rough day, gang. And lives are on the line. I'm not murdering her because I'm not going to deal fatal damage to her. -2. That means I'm still 4 to her 1. So that's 3. So, that's fine. So we can use the reaction to check Codex number 6. Here we go. Margaret Liu. Margaret Liu, one of the most well-known lounge singers in town, is fully engrossed in her performance. You may have to get creative to catch her attention. Bang! Look at the top card of the encounter deck. You may discard it. Place 1 resource on Margaret Liu as a lead. If there's a lead on her, keep reading. Otherwise, any investigator may trigger this codex again. Right, I only need 1 anyway, so I've got the lead. Right, let's have a quick look at the top card of the encounter deck. It is Eager for Death. This is the one that has me do a willpower check or take 2 horror. Now, 2 horror would currently kill me, but I could put it on the rookie call. This is much less bad than other stuff we've seen, so I'll put it back on top. Your attempt to get Miss Liu's attention was more than effective, and you soon find yourself backstage with her undivided attention. I must say, I was very impressed at your little performance, she says. But why are you really here? The lounge singer's carefree smile vanishes as you mention the lounge singer's look of concern at the bullet you just shot vanishes as you mention the Brethren of Ash. I don't know who they are, and I don't care to, she says. I was heading home a week ago when I was accosted by 2 men, and I must emphasize this, the ugliest robes you'll ever see. They had the strangest symbol on the hood, she says, and scribbles a crude sigil on a napkin. It resembles a hand with an inset eye. You ask her what happened next, and she nods to the bruiser at the door. Antonio scared them off, and I haven't seen them since. You've successfully interrogated her. Place her beneath the act. All right. Fantastic. That's great. Good. Well, we have 1 action left. And we've got... no way to leave this location. Well, we could try to get past the arcane lock. Which I don't hate the idea of, but also it feels a bit like we're using an action now. Like, what I'm saying is, I like, if I could do something else useful, then I should just do something else useful. I could use a resource. I think I might draw a card. I like cards. I feel like I'd like more cards. So I'm going to draw a card. What have I done there? Press the wrong button. That's what I've done. Right. Card. Restrained. I love Restrained. Restrained is great. Right. Why am I back? Cast back. Okay. That's it. Turns over. We can refresh Becky, who's currently all tapped out. That's all. So we'll draw another card. Physical fitness! Move, and after this move, heal 2 damage. Oh, great. That's really, really, really helpful, but I need money. I will get 1 money. Doom? Right. Is there anything reasonable I can do with functionally like 3 turns left? I need to resign before I fail outright, right? Presumably, if I resign with 2 cards under the act, I'll still get some benefit. I think. I guess resigning's an action. We can do it as the very last thing. Okay, so encounter card, which we know actually is the Eager for Death. So we're going to do the willpower check, which is it's 4 versus 3, 4 versus 2. -2, that's 2v2, so we pass. Oh wait, increases difficulty by 1 for each damage on you. Oh, well then there was no way I was passing that, so I take 2 horror. That's 6. That would mean I need 6 to pass that. Yeah, that's not happening at all. I missed that second part. All right, so unfortunately the rookie cop is scared off by horror, which means that we can, in fact, also take a clue from our location. So that's great, I guess. Oh, I can take 2 actions here to draw 3 cards. No, I can't afford it. I can't afford it. I need money. I think I'm going to spend 2 resources to play physical fitness, which costs an action, and then a second action to move out of here. And up to the merchant district. Which heals 2 thanks to physical fitness. And then I've got a free move. I think I'd probably go to the waterfront district. I think if I can get that victory point, that's a solid win. It costs an extra action. I don't have much more time. If I can deal with that card as well, that's 3. That feels vaguely like success. So let's head over here as a free action. And then actually I can't do that right now because it costs an extra action. So do I pick up this clue? No, because this is a victory point. Victory points are good. I think just getting the servant was a big win. Do you think so, Billy? Well, we'll find out at the end, because we're going to have to resign, because we're not going to finish the objective. So we'll see. We'll see what it says, you know. Yeah, it does feel a bit like we're sort of searching through all these people, and we just happen to find, like, the #1 servant of the enemy right first thing. But yeah, I need more resource to play Becky anyway. So let's trigger that to get another resource. And hopefully we won't draw our weakness, but we'll see. Right, end of round, nothing to untap. So we're just drawing for end of round. We've got the service revolver. I like the service revolver. I don't think I'm going to have the capacity to play it, though. Get our actions back. And then add a doom up here. What's that? 6 out of 8. Card here is the red herring again. Right. This test is +2 if you control 2 or more clues. I still don't have any clues. So I really don't want to fail this. Do I have any cards I can contribute to it? Only the iron sights. I think I'm actually quite happy to do that. I really don't want to give up this clue. And so this gives me 3, 4, 5. 5 to its 2. I like the iron sights, but I also don't have the money to equip it. Anyway, I would have been fine, but better safe than sorry. So that's resolved. So we're going to have to spend 2 actions to get this clue, and then an action to reveal this. I wonder if... No, this is an elite enemy, so I'm not going to be able to use restrained on it. I mean, I think I probably just prep this round, unfortunately. So I'm going to do... First, I'm going to spend the 2 actions to do the investigate check, though. Which is 3, 4. 4 versus 1. Here's hoping that it's okay. I use this scenario to test my decks because it makes you do a lot. Yeah, this is probably a pretty good deck efficiency test. So this is -1. We're not targeting an elite enemy, so there's no further effect. So that means we've passed. So we do gain this clue, which is nice. I mean, we might have to put it back if the encounter deck's mean to us, but we'll see. So then what we can do is we can trigger the custom grip to replay Becky from hand, paying an additional resource to add another ammo to her. So she comes back into play with 4 ammo. And then with my last action, once again, just trying to avoid giving up Becky, I grab a resource. And then that's the turn. So next turn, we're all set to pull this card and fire some warning shots. But it's end of round, nothing to untap, so we pull, make him sing, and gain a resource. Add a doom. Pull an encounter card. Oh, it's Crossfire again. God, I'm getting all the nice encounter cards now. Right, so this is simply agility check. I'm still agility 2. I could contribute the service revolver or restrained, but I guess I'm not too concerned about 1 damage. To go evens on, the thing is, it just feels like I'd still be 3 versus 3. So, just for the sake of going evens on it, I don't think it's worth it. That's -1 anyway, so... yes, Billy, I imagine, like, spinning the revolver around like Schwarzenegger in the Terminator film as well. With those cool, quick reload, like, rifle handles. I don't really know guns, so I don't know what that's actually called. Alright, so now it's back to our turn, so we'll spend the 2 clue tokens for action number 1 in order to draw this elite enemy. So let's have a look and see who this is. It is Naomi O'Bannon. Oh, they're significantly harder than the other one. They've got Retaliate, they're Humanoid Syndicate Elite. Quite easy to evade, actually, but that's not the point. Spend 1 resource to parlay. I can do that. Naomi O'Bannon runs this town. I mean, could just kill her. Bang, 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 bang. No, she's got 5 hit points. I don't really want to kill her. As much as I'd like the victory points, maybe I'll get those anyway. I think I'd probably just spend an action and a resource to parlay, right? I can afford that. That's easy. Seems like a quick win. What could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? Right. This is Codex number 3. Naomi O'Bannon. The O'Bannon's kingpin is hardly interested in your questions, though she is more than willing to off anything that's giving you trouble for a price. You'll need to grease a few more palms if you plan to get any information out of her. You may choose a non-humanoid enemy at any location and automatically defeat the chosen enemy. You can add a lead to her. If there is 1 lead on her, keep reading. Place a resource from the token pool on her as a lead. If there is a lead on her, keep reading. Naomi tosses her head back in a full-throated laugh when you mention the Brethren of Ash. Those kooks? I don't know them, but 2 of my guys found a pair of them sniffing around one of our gin joints. There was something real strange about them, like they weren't all there. And it wasn't because of the giggle water, I'll tell you. She takes a long drag of her clove cigarette. You ask where they were found, and she blows a thick cloud of smoke in your face. Like hell I'm going to tell you about my business, cop. Now get lost. You have successfully interrogated this suspect. Alright. Off you go, under the act. Alright, well, somehow we've managed to get like 2 done in the time it took us to do like that 1 at the start. So I guess we should be feeling good about some progress here. I actually have 1 more action as well, which is kind of wild because I'm really not sure What have I got? This is... Oh, shit. I need to retire. We're on 7 out of 8. I need to retire or else this thing's gonna trigger. Thank God I have one more action. Right, we're retiring. I don't want to find out what happens if I don't retire. I think. I don't want to find out what happens if I flip this card. How does retiring work? I actually don't know. You return to compare notes with Dr. Armitage on your friend's whereabouts. Resign. Fine. Let's do that. So final action is resign to go and talk to Armitage. We only got 3 out of 6, which doesn't feel great. I don't actually know where I'd go now, because I'm used to having the reference for the book. Do I have to go into the back of this and find... Billy says 2 with servants pretty good. I'll take your word for it, Billy. Well, we'll find out, I guess. If no resolution was reached, each investigator resigned or was defeated. Right, okay, well, let's find out what happens here, then. Don't look at that, because that's not for us. Unfortunately, we didn't get to do that. Do not read. Oh, I'm going to read it. You can't stop me. On the cab ride to Velma's diner, you consider all that you've learned. Unfortunately, your search turned up plenty of leads, but few solid results. You can only hope Dr. Armitage fared better. Reveal the enemy from the People of Arkham encounter set that was set aside at the beginning of the game. This is the true identity of the Servant of Flame enemy, the Harbinger of Elakos. In your campaign log, record their name. Right. What did I do with that card? It's here. So the Harbinger of Elakos is, in fact, David Renfield. A Silver Twilight Elite. I mean, that makes perfect sense. The Silver Twilight Lodge. All right, so I'm going to write down on my little book here, in my campaign notes. David Renfield is the Harbinger of Elakos. Sounds good. David Renfield. Is the Harbinger. I could have done this off camera, actually. I'm sorry. Elakos. Right. I'm just so used to following the process so I don't forget anything. Right. Gather each elite enemy in play and or beneath a location when the scenario ended and shuffle them together face down with the Harbinger of Elakos and then draw one at random. All right. Well, there's only actually 3 left. So, yeah, which makes sense, actually, because there were 6, and I got 3 of them. So now I'm going to shuffle these. And then, David, you used to be a friend! Traitor! Is he from the previous chapter? I can't believe it. How dare he? All right, chat, pick a number between 1 and 3. It's going to go 1, 2, 3. He was a mystic ally. Oh, bummer. 2. All right, here we go. This is card 2. So then we find out what happens. We've revealed Abigail Foreman, who is a wary librarian. All right, we'll leave Abigail there for now. The investigators failed in their search. Record the investigators failed in their search in your campaign log. Each investigator earns experience points equal to X value, where it's each card in the victory display, 1 bonus point for each enemy beneath the act when the scenario ended. I assume I also get 1 for the fate. Oh, the victory display is also locations without clues on, right? So that's 2 plus 3. So 5, right? If the Servant of Flame enemy was beneath the act when the scenario ended, skip to Resolution 2. Otherwise, proceed to Scenario 3, Queen of Ash. Huh. Wait, what? Oh, skip to Resolution 2. Okay. Oh, now you're going to interrogate him. Right, cool. On your way to meet Dr. Armitage, you ask the cab to swing by the secure location where you kept your unconscious nemesis. The smell of smoke greets you as you enter, and the floors are black with soot. Despite your best efforts, the ghoulish figure escaped capture. The handcuffs you used to secure the servant were smashed, not melted or otherwise tampered with, suggesting they had help in their escape. Earn a bonus experience and record Servant of Flame escaped. Boo! Boo! Alright, so I get 6 experience points. And I have to write down the Servant of Flame escaped. This feels like it was not a great episode for Tommy, honestly. Proceed to Scenario 3, the Queen of Ash. Alright, well, seeing as how we've got a little bit of time left before I wrap this stream up, why don't we do our level up now, and then I don't have to begin the next episode leveling up. I feel like that's probably better. So, damn, that wasn't great, was it? Although, you know, I sort of, yeah, honestly, given how rough the start was, Tommy got half of the objectives done and survived. I call that a win. Yeah, you know, like, I guess it didn't feel, it didn't feel too, I mean, it felt pretty rough while I was doing it, but I didn't die. So that's good. And I didn't take any more trauma, that's good. I'm getting better at the game because I'd rebuild this deck completely differently next time. Alright, so let's have a look here. We got our Doom tokens up here. So we don't flip that. We didn't flip that. These guys are the people of... Oh, no, you're some kind of scenario guy. Okie dokie. Oh, shoot. I forgot about Cornelia Akeley. Well, it didn't matter. I failed the investigation anyway. Wow, so was there... Oh, yeah, because I was... Right, because I was shuffling... I counted David, the one I set aside at the start. Right. Yeah, that's how I miscounted. Anyway, there's all the people of Arkham. I mean, we could have very easily dealt with them if we'd found them. I don't know if the Servant of Flame getting caught was necessarily that good, Billy, because really all it got us in the end was... I guess it got us a clue that they had an accomplice, and we got an extra experience point. So we kind of got 2 experience points instead of 1. But I'm not necessarily convinced that that was worth it, given that it took us like the whole game. And to be fair, it's just that the game kept throwing enemies at us, like just so many enemies. That was crazy. So with that in mind, what do we need to do? What do we need to do to improve this deck situation? what do we need for the final showdown, the final battle? I suppose you guys have some thoughts. Let's have a look. Getting all really good, in my opinion. Oh, well, I'm pleased to hear that you thought that went well. I really have no sort of major frame of reference. I've only played this a few times before, so I never like sort of gone through the whole thing like that, or the whole first chapter like this. So that's good. Or rather, so I don't really know how hard it is. What I have done is I've played a lot of Mansions of Madness. And I know how hard Mansions of Madness can be. So I'm kind of familiar with the sort of difficulty level on the Arkham Files stuff. If you didn't get that clue from capturing him, you would have been short a clue and in the end revealed the last card under your location, no? Yeah, true story. I got a clue from capturing him during the game. Or capturing them, I don't know who it is still. Capturing them during the game, I also got an extra experience point for it, so not a total wash. Right. So, going into this final battle then, what do we do to fix this deck? Let's have a look and see what our little bennies are here. So we've got 6 experience points to spend. We've kind of seen all those cards up front, but what are we trying to achieve? What are we trying to get into the deck here? I think some card draw. I think some card draw would be really good. Because I've got some stuff that gives me resource, but if I can't find it, it doesn't matter. And I really feel like, you know, I was using actions to draw cards because I just don't have any card draw. Let me just pop over to chat here. Actually, what I'll do real quick while I'm here, let me fix this. Let me fix this thing. Seeing as we're having a break to recover from whatever was going on there. Right. This is the button I want. Right? Nope. Okay. This button? Nope. Why? Oh, it's hardware malfunction. I still also do not know why the widget here is not just keeping chat on the screen. I'm gonna have to fix that. Thinking of FFG Arkham Files games generally, how do people feel about the new Vault edition of Arkham Horror? I had the original when it debuted and found it too fiddly for me. I like the horror, or Eldritch Horror better, but also moved that on too. I'm thinking about the new Vault. Yeah, Brian. I've played Arkham Horror. I guess technically, I'm trying to think which edition. I guess it would have been the first FFG one, which was a 2nd edition, right? So I've played Arkham Horror 2nd edition, and I enjoyed it. I didn't enjoy it well enough to go out and buy it. And so there's that. I like Eldritch Horror well enough, but I didn't go out and buy that either. I know Mark's a huge fan of Eldritch Horror. I think part of it was because I'd actually played a lot of Mansions of Madness with my wife, and we were both into that. And so I just kind of stuck with that. Now, the one thing I will say about Mansions of Madness is I think it's probably the most sort of light and adventure-hearted one of them, but it's also probably the least rules fiddly, which may be why it sort of appealed to us. There we go. That's a bit better. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'll bother with Arkham Horror Vault Edition. I'd happily play it, but I don't feel the need to really own it. as far as these sort of big, complicated, and I think it's probably just because I have a lot of big, complicated co-op games already. My wife and I liked Mansions with the app too, but didn't stick with it. Yeah, so I think, I mean, I think the app is a big, deal breaker for people on that one. I think, I mean, it is probably sort of the worst parts of this, sort of more exaggerated because there's no campaign. It's just scenario based. If you've got all the expansions, it gets really long. At least with this, you sort of fail forward, right? So even if you're sort of, at least there's some progress. But you've got all the sort of the frustrations that come in parts of this sometimes, and still, then it's just like scenario based. But yeah, in terms of just big sort of long campaign game, or not campaign, sorry, in terms of sort of evening filling cooperative games, I've got quite a few. I'm thinking specifically of, I've got Robinson Crusoe, I've got Dawn of the Zeds, I've got Carnival Zombie, I've got Doomrock, Assault and Doomrock, and I'm just like, do I really? I barely get to play those enough. So for me, it's just my collection's too big. I also feel a bit like if we're going to spend a whole evening on a co-op game, I probably want something that has a little bit more sense of either a skill curve or, I mean, and to be fair, like, it's about that sort of sense of adventure, right? Like, because I'm about to say I want something with a bit more of a skill curve, or to feel that feels a little less sort of arbitrary than some of those Arkham Horror files was. And I do think that Arkham Horror, the board game, was kind of the worst for that because it was bigger, longer, fiddlier, more demanding, and still quite random. I think Mansions of Madness sort of gets us all of that sort of feeling of eldritch cosmic horror, but it's sort of more lighthearted and fun. So the unfairness of it feels less frustrating, I guess. But having said that, you can't buy Mansions of Madness. Well, you can get the core set, I guess. I don't know, actually. I don't know how much of it is still in print, is what I'm trying to say. So there is that. But I do think, of the people I know who like these games, Eldritch Horror is the one I see that keeps coming back out. I've not seen anyone suggest Arkham Horror in a long time. And the people who I knew who were really into second edition would often say, it's really good if you choose exactly the right expansions. So they didn't say, suggest you play with everything. But even so, I never see it coming out, and I see Eldritch Horror get suggested quite frequently. So I think that's probably the preferred game anyway. Right. That's my chit chat. Back over here. Not Mythos Releases, but Return to the Dark Tower really hit sweet spot for us. I have Horror on the Orient Express coming soon, and I'm getting Howling Phantods. Right. So, I mean, that's the thing. Like, we played Horror on the Orient Express, and that's going to scratch that exact same itch. I think, and it's cooperative again. It's really difficult. And yeah, Return to the Dark Tower, I've not had much experience with, but that's another one that people keep bringing out and seem to really like. So yeah, I mean, it's sort of like, I think Arkham Horror, I think this Vault thing might be for people that are really desperate for a reprint of that. Yeah, Camp Grizzly. I've played the original Camp Grizzly. I didn't look at the reprint. But that's that's a lighter one, and it's quicker to play, isn't it? So that's nice. Horror on the Orient Express is big and heavy, and that was just the prototype that we played. So I imagine once it's got all that Kickstarter stuff in it, it's going to be even more of the same sort of content. So you're going to have a lot to explore there as well. It's entering a hugely saturated market, I think, as well, is Arkham Horror, and so I really think it might be for the sort of diehard Arkham horror fans more than anything. Although having said that, like the people who've played that game have played it so much and they know it so well. Are they really going to rebuy it? I don't know. But I think it's probably a pass for me. The other thing is I spent quite a lot of money already on this card game, and I've got the Children of Blood coming imminently. So, and they'll keep releasing stuff for this. So I guess that'll do me. This is also, I don't know if this is better True Solo, but, better True Solo than Arkham Horror, the board game is True Solo. But I like the idea here of sort of having more stories coming out and access to more stories. So that's really appealing. Anyway, what is the problem I'm trying to solve here? We've got On the Beat and Scene of the Crime here, which are cards that we talked about doing at the beginning of this episode. But this helps with investigating and parlaying, particularly if we're going to do double investigate. This just discovers a clue. We can only play it as our first action, but it just discovers a clue and ignores attacks of opportunity. I think, oh yes, card draw. That's right. I want card draw. Thank you. Card draw that's possibly not a ally, because we don't have any more ally slots. So endurance is quite nice because it gives us skill stuff, but it's not card draw. So this one's quite nice again, but there's not really a lot of stuff that does a lot of card draw. I did say I want more damage though. This gives me more ammo, but what I'm looking for here really is action efficiency. So, so the upgraded Vicious Blow lets you do 2 damage, bonus damage, if you succeed by 2 or more. So that could help us wipe out some little guys more quickly. So I quite like that for action efficiency. But it's not cheap. So the Protective Vest is actually one that was a variant of this was in the deck, and I took it out because it was expensive and I felt like I had enough hit points already. But this gives you an extra hand slot. So this is the upgraded version, by the way. So it does have some card draw, vague card draw adjacent stuff, which is why I'm bringing it up. So this lets you hold an additional gun, but also as a reaction, after we play it, we can search for a firearm or upgrade card to add to hand. So it's card draw, but yeah, I think that's where we're going to end up, right? This is also baller. Like, this card is just insane. It comes with 6 ammo. You can spend 1 to fight with +3 and +1 damage, but after you resolve that ability, you can shoot again. Like, it just shoots twice. So that's real action efficiency there. It's just incredibly expensive, not just to upgrade to, but also to play. Yeah, so this is why I had perception out for this very reason, because I was thinking I needed better investigate, and also this gives me +1 card if I succeed. Obviously something like Overpower would be doubling down on something I'm already good at, which might not be wise, but it's got card draw on it. Right tool for the job, I put 1 copy of this in my deck. It's not really card draw though, because it just replaces itself, right? So it's kind of just more efficient card draw. So there's the OG Protective Vest. It does 2, and I regret taking these out now, but it is what it is. I also thought it was quite expensive, but this is also because I didn't know how allies worked at the time. Probably would have taken out the dogs and left this in, actually, if I'd known. but I wanted the dogs because I like doggo buddies. So I don't want to spend all of my points just swapping cards in and out, though, because that's really just a failure of being a good deck builder. We've only got 6. So we could buy a protective vest, which kind of serves the purpose of letting us hold an extra gun, which we don't really need because I've never got the resources to play more guns anyway. Is it just swapping some stuff out for perception? Feels bad. Feels bad to do that. But at least this gives us 3 health. It gives us an extra slot, and when we play it, we get to draw another card. So it feels quite good. It is, again, quite expensive. Right. Yeah, with no... So this costs... What does this cost? 4. Right, so if we spend 4 on that, we've got 2 left. So maybe we spend 4 on that and then 2 to put in 2 copies of Perception. So the real question then is what comes out? I think we can take out Doggo Ally, number 2, because if we've got... if we've got Perception, we probably need Doggo less. And then, so let's have a look here and see. We'll take out, so these are all of the upgrades. So this can go away. Right, so Arm to the Teeth. I also don't really need 2 copies of that. So if we take out Arm to the Teeth, I mean, Arm to the Teeth is good if I need to shoot someone who's really hard to hit. Like, but I've got so many sort of cards that do that. It's just that this is obviously free to play. I think we can probably take out the Blood Drinker because he sucks. Yeah, where's that Mark of Elkos as well? I don't want to have that anymore either. So, Arm to the Teeth, or I feel like Arm to the Teeth is kind of doing the same thing as Iron Sights. Iron Sights is fast. Iron Sights costs 1. It's not the end of the world. It lets us take an action to get +3 to the next shot. Whereas this just gives us 3. So this is functionally like a whole extra action, actually. So maybe we lose Iron Sights. Because I quite like Iron Sights, but it costs money to play. Whereas Arm to the Teeth... I mean, the thing about this, I guess, is that you can keep using it, right? You get +3 to the next time you fight using the attached asset. So you functionally spend 2 actions to get a +3 attack. Or we can just have +3 as a freebie from... I think given that actions was also a massive pain, actually. I just don't see myself taking an action... Well, it's actually fast, isn't it? So it's fast to play that. So it's not an action to play it. But it's an action to sort of aim. So yeah, maybe we keep Arm to the Teeth. We lose Iron Sights and the Police Dog. We add a Protective Vest and 2 copies of Perception. Alright, well, let's see how this pans out. And that's just all out of ammo. as we go into the final chapter next time. Right, so you guys are waiting for Horror on the Orient Express to come to Europe. Nice, yeah. Well, have a lovely time, all of you travelers out there. I think we'll call this a show. We'll wrap up here. So I'll say thanks so much for hanging out. Thanks to those of you who contributed to the rules questions. I really appreciate that. It's really there's quite a lot of rules for this game, but it's not unmanageable or anything. But then there's a lot of little interactions, so it was really great to have you all helping to resolve some of those little questions that we had when they came up. But thank you so much for hanging out. I really enjoyed playing this with you all. Make sure you subscribe, turn on your notifications so you don't miss the final scenario. And I'll see you all in the next video. And we did talk about the new Dawn of the Zeds on the podcast. We talked about how they're reprinting that. So do check out the podcast if you don't listen. All of this stuff is linked in the description and stuff, so you can find any games we're talking about you might be interested in learning more about. But I'll finish plugging my stuff, and I'll say good night. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon.